And I think everybody's just looking forward to just something. And of course, I know the governor is going to probably make an announcement because we've had more cases, I think.
Yeah, but you know what? With more cases comes more testing. We've all been out, I mean, the thing I think with this, and we've talked about it, is we're going to have, for us to be able to beat it, you're going to have it. You're going to have to get it.
Right.
I don't think it's as worse. I mean, we can't just destroy our economy. We can't destroy everything trying to find a cure for this.
Right.
If we're going to build antibodies and be able to fight something like this, the majority of us have to get it.
So what do you think about the gyms closing during COVID? Do you think they should have stayed open?
I don't think we should have shut down.
Right.
I don't.
I agree with you on that.
I don't.
Yes. I think that the heat and working out and staying healthy.
And that is the one thing, the people that I've talked to that have had it, the one thing that they say is, even if you don't feel like it, stay active, stay moving, keep going, and I do know a few people close to us that have had it and they didn't stop.
Right.
They just kept going. And I think that's what helped them get over it quicker.
Right.
And we can't sit, if you isolate yourselves and you're not, around germs, and this is what people don't understand. So kids are, moms are so like, okay, let's put, antibacterial stuff on their kids every 5 minutes. Did you do that as a kid?
No.
I did not either. No. I was never sick. So with Faith, we take her bath. But I let her, I'm like, I don't want her to wash her hands every 5 minutes.
Right. Right.
Because what builds her immune system is her body being used to those germs.
Yes.
And being able to fight that off. That's why
true.
We're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have a healthy immune system. We can't suppress it.
Right. That's true.
And by suppressing it is you stay away from everybody. Don't touch anything. Wash your hands constantly.
Stay inside the house.
Yeah, stay in the house.
Yes.
I mean, how are
stay inside the house and look at all the bad news.
Yeah. I mean,
that stress already kind of works on your immune system as well,
So, I mean, the anxiety that these people, I can't, the alcohol stores are still open, so people are now turning to alcohol. They're turning to drugs. They're, I've heard story after story after story of just deep depression, mental stuff. I'm like,
I know that, because I live by myself, I was missing that human contact.
Oh, yeah.
It's tough when you live by yourself and you don't have anything. So I'm like, people that have kids and are married, I would embrace that. It's like I'm different now that I'm out. I appreciate everything now, and I appreciate it when I'm busy, and I appreciate when I have quiet time now, because that quiet time helped me slow down. Yeah. And, but I also...
But we're doers,
Yes.
I mean, it's you and I like to be out. We like to be around people, and I'm a trainer. I train a lot of people, and I'm constantly just out and about doing stuff. And with Faith and all of her activities, I mean, you take a child that's been in school and around friends and doing gymnastics and soccer and tumbling. And
I heard she's excelling in that soccer.
Oh, she's incredible.
She's awesome.
She is smart. She is super athletic. I mean, there's nothing whatever she picks up, I mean, she just masters it. She's very driven, but I've seen a change in her, because you take her from all of that and you put her at home where she can't talk to her friends. She can't go hang out with any of her friends. She can't be around any of her family other than me and Branch. And then she's on an iPad all day. So what, they're getting this stimulation from an iPad versus, I mean, I've seen a change in her behavior and her attitude and, just different things. And kids need to be socialized. That's part of learning life lessons, and so.
Otherwise they'll be like us and stuck on our phone all day.
Exactly. And that's horrible in itself, just to be in I know you've gone to restaurants and you've seen people, and it's like nobody even socializes anymore.
Right.
They're all
I've seen
stuck.
couples on a date doing this. I'm like, leave the phone in the car, put the phone down, and just enjoy each other's company.
We need to be able to interact with each other, because and that's why I think tensions among people get so high, because anybody can go on behind a keyboard. And this is one thing with Branch and I, our whole career, because Branch was so criticized. You know this as well as I do, but he would stay off of social media, and I would have to go on for his sponsors and, do stuff. people would always say negative stuff about him. He's not going to make the top 10. He should never have won a pro show. He's horrible. He's whatever. And I would filter all of that, and I would kind of keep him from having to see that. But it's easy for somebody that doesn't have to show your face or say that to your face, because no one would ever come up to him and say that to his face. Of course not. They'll say it on a keyboard all day long.
Right.
But when it comes to confronting somebody or saying that, and that's the problem that we're having is, there's so many of these bullies, and you make, what you don't realize is that these kids that are on the other end of that, they're not used to being bullied or exposed or, to stuff like this. And I mean, just the mental aspect that it has on them.
Yes.
So we need to be able to interact with each other. We need to be able to talk through our problems. That's a lot of the problem with right now is like, come on, don't go out and create some sort of scenario where you and I don't like each other.
Right.
Because, I mean, you and I love each other.
Yes.
And nobody is going to say something that's going to make us, but
as long as we stay in constant contact with each other.
But if we're just behind our keyboard reading all these comments that somebody puts on there, and a lot of it is fake anyway, fake accounts.
Right.
Now, don't get me started with that, but then they create division between you and me, and they're doing it for their own agenda.
Right.
Exactly.
I totally agree.
It's like, stop.
Yes. And that's another reason why human contact is so important.
Yes.
Because I hadn't seen Branch in a while, and I saw him like a few weeks ago at Destination Dallas. And it was just, because I missed that. I needed to know, we're good. That kind of thing. You just, because you don't see, and you see social media more than you see.
And it's like,
people.
Branch did put out a post, and he put out I think it was something about, as a child, he, because boys like violence. They're, what males in their early teens and 20s, they turn, they like the big guys, and they like the fighting and the violence
fast cars
and the fast cars, like all the stuff, And so like it's so easy to jump into something like that. Gangs. I mean, I know Mel will talk about a lot about that because he dealt with that, his whole childhood, and it draws that, male testosterone into it. Like, but Branch should always say, go to the gym, and instead of taking out your anger on, your friend or somebody, just a random person that you don't know that might just be having a bad day.
Get in the gym.
Get in the gym and take your anger out on the weights.
Yes.
Stop letting all of these outside influences and all these outside agendas determine who you are.
That's right.
And make you somebody that you're not, and create, some sort of scenario or some sort of hatred towards somebody else, another human being. We're all humans,
Exactly.
And we're all children of God.
All children of God.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
He
think about that thing that Luke 15.
About that.
He doesn't. That Luke 15, that 99, and go back and get that one.
Yeah.
Because we all stand together. We all stand together. So I'm so glad you brought that up.
And it's so important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really important, and it's important to know that. I mean, I saw when Branch put that post out, all the people that jumped on and that were just putting all this negative hate stuff, but they were all from accounts that were just made up, that had no followers, no, content whatsoever at all. So people are just going out there on these, like, because he would be considered an influencer.
Right.
But these main big pages, and they're making up accounts, and they're stirring up violence that doesn't need, there's no need in that.
Right.
All he is saying is, don't take something out on somebody that you love. Him and Johnny have been friends forever, and you and everybody else.
Yeah.
You don't let this outside influences determine who you are, and take it out on the weights. Find something productive to put it into.
Yes. And stay prayed up.
Yes.
I always say, if you put God first, and put him in the center of your thoughts, then everything around you, he'll fix it right.
Man, we have to have a solid foundation.
Yes.
And our solid foundation starts with him.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Always. And then you build everything else on that. You build your life on that.
Right.
And everything will fall in place. Right. And, we have to stop taking that out, because you see that. I mean, a lot of the problems that we have is just the foundation breakdown of the family.
Right.
And,
That's true.
we.
So I'm going to add motivational speaker to your title.
No,